Okay, welcome to the Training Diaries, part 5, yes, part 5, and we are getting closer to the competition. 3 days to go, just 3 days till the kickoff, and the forecast is looking insane. And I tell you why, we are getting excited here in Pozo because we have just had almost like the pre-show before the event, and the boys have been going freaking mental. It's been bonkers here. Just boys going stall doubles, push forwards, massive wave moves, huge crashes. It has been ridiculous. I've got a list as long as, well, a lot of arms actually, of the action that has been going down. So if I forget anything, we might have to come back for a second part, but I'm not sure I'm going to fit it in. Anyway, 3 days to go, and like I said, it's pretty exciting times here in Pozo. Where do we start? I don't even know. I think we're going to start with the
Viking challenge. Round 1.
Yes, the Viking challenge. That's where we're going to start. We've got Gustav, Marcus. You have to remember these boys. They decided, well, I decided we were going to challenge those boys and they were going to go head to head. So we started off. We weren't sure what to go with. We ended up going with, sounds a bit, went with follow my leader. So one guy has to do a move and the next guy has to follow that move. So because they're starboard tack boys, I started off early. Back loop on the way in. Yeah, we'll start off with that. So nice back loop on the way in. Both of them, nail it. Equal, even Stevens. Next move, well, we've done a back loop on the way in, let's go back loop on the way out. So back loop on the way out. Marcus, boom, nice, lands it. Gustav lands it, looking good, looking good. Next move, stall forward. Okay, looking still pretty good. I mean, both very even Stevens, so matching each other toe for toe. Then Marcus decides, I said, just go for a special move. Go whatever move you want to do. I'm not going to call it, you just go and do it. And then he bangs out this. What the flipping hell is that? It's a new move. I've never seen it before. I'm sure none of you have. I don't know. It's a new move. So what happens when you bring out a new move? You got to name it. He's named it the Ragnarok. I think it means doomsday or the end of the world in Viking speak. I'm not sure, but I tell you what, Gustav couldn't follow it. He didn't even give it a go. Just give us the big bird. Decided that was it. So Viking challenge round 1. Marcus Ryberg. So he's leading the Viking challenge, and we'll be coming back to that challenge, well, hopefully, maybe the whole year. We don't know. We're going to follow those guys around a little bit. Okay, so going straight from the Viking challenge, where do we go next? I don't know. We've got so much action. I've got just stuff to talk about all over the place. Let's talk about our man Pons Training. We all know where he works, don't we? Yeah, he works in Pozo Wins. You've probably heard of the shop. It's the best shop in Pozo. And I got to do the plug, pozowins.com. Like I said, get on there if you want to hire some gear. They've actually got a load of new gear in. Got all the latest gear from Goya, Quattro, Fanatic. They've got the new Simmer sails. They've got the new North sails. They've got everything. So if you want to hire some gear, give Pozo Wins a shout. Get on the website, log in. You can check out the webcam, check out the action. You want to hire a car, get accommodation anyway. You know the drill. Get to Pozo Wins. So let's go back to Pons. So Pons working for Pozo Wins. He's had a bit of time off though, and he's been practicing. He is in the trials of the trials. So he's got a 3-man heat. I think it's against Eliasar, Jonas Tobias and him to see if they can get into the main event. This will happen on Saturday, and then he's also in the trials to get in. So it's all go for him, and he's I think he's feeling the pressure, but looking at the forecast, I think it's going to suit Pons, that's for sure. So let's have a look at some of the moves he might be busting out. Well, what's he got? He's got the big tabletop forward. Now that is a pretty decent move, I have to say. He's got the big one-handed back loops. He's got massive straight back loops. He's got the one-footed double tap back loop, and all this when it's absolutely blowing its titties off. He's also got the double. We've seen a couple of wet doubles, but we've also seen him stomp some absolutely sick ones. We've also seen him over rotate a few doubles as well. But he, like I said, he's got the moves. He's got the wave 360s, and he's also got some special moves. Just check out this forward. Yeah, that's a strange looking forward. I don't think I've ever seen one like that before. And he did have a few crashes, which I'm going to put in the backside 3 with the feet out of the straps. And he's got the forward off the lip with the feet out. It's like the Superman forward off the lip. So Pons, he is definitely looking good and he likes it windy. So we'll be all eyes to see how he gets on. Now, one man Pons has been working with over the winter, Moritz Mauch. Now, Moritz, I was going to do a little feature with how many jumps he's done in the last 3 weeks. So I thought we better start off by asking Moritz, in case I've missed any, because like I said last week, I haven't seen him do one. So I asked him. He's done 3. 3 in 3 weeks, and the conditions have been going off. But I'm not going to take it away from him. I'd love to have a countdown clock on the side to see when we're next going to see him jump. But I tell you what, one thing this guy has got, he has got the wave moves. And I would say he is the best here on the wave, no doubt about it. He is just banging out 360 after 360 after 360. He's banging out goiter after goiter after one-handed goiter. He's mashing out the air tackers. He's mashing out the goiter cross between an air tacker as well. I mean, a goiter cross between an air tacker, you're like, Jesus. And then he's bushing them all together and sticking them on one wave. So he's got the, the goiter, I think he's got the wave 360, and then the tacker right at the end of the wave. And you're thinking, blimey neck, and then you're filming someone else, and then sure enough, he pops into the screen, bashes out a 360 or bashes out a goiter just as you're filming someone else. And then, I filmed the other day, gets a bit overpowered, has to switch the rig, so he's in effect clue first. It's kind of like a switch stance when it's onshore like this, and he bashes out the clue first goiter. Now that is a sweet move. First one I've actually seen landed that cleanly. I think it might even be the first one he's got, but it looked pretty sick. I mean, just check out the slow-mo on this. So yeah, Moritz Mauch, he's looking good, but with the forecast the way it is, he's going to have to do some pretty big jumps, because we could even be having 3 jumps looking at how windy and how wavy we're going to have it at the weekend. Okay, who else has been ripping this week? Well, there's definitely a few candidates for Doppstadt Shredder of the week. Let's go to a few who nearly made it but didn't quite get there. Let's start off with Mr. Swift. I'll tell you what, when I first started filming him, I thought he was definitely Shredder of the month. He just pumped out the sickest push forward I've seen in a long time, probably since the last one he did a long time ago in Clipmuller. He just stomps it, just gets an absolute sick push loop rotation. The forward is perfect and just lands bolt upright, looking good. Had a few other attempts at that. He's been getting some pretty good doubles, although I tell you what, the double level here in Pozo, more on that in a minute, has definitely stepped up. But he's been getting some nice doubles, well, big high back loops. He's got a few wave moves, got that backside 360 where he just gets punched from the lip. You can just see it just go bam, and he just gets pushed back into wave. I really like the way that is looking. What else has Swift got? He had some 360s as well, but he definitely had some big rocket airs. Yeah, he's been pumping out the rocket airs, and well, we saw some good catapults as well. I mean, he's a big lad, Swift. He's built pretty well, so he thinks he can take on a wave. And some of the waves, I think he just went straight through them. But the wave won in the end, so it's some big catapults from Swift. But he's looking good. He's got the pink Crocs, got the sort of pink harness, got the pink wetsuit. He's nearly on for the colour-coded award, and he is looking good. And he's been working out over here. He's probably had the longest swim of everyone. Back loop out the back, mass snaps, and just had the horrendous swim, kind of walk, stuck in the current. He didn't want to walk back. He kind of just bodged his way all the way along the shoreline. Took him a long time to come in, but luckily he had some little helpers. I mean, when you're as famous as Swift, you always get somebody to help you out. So Swift, yeah, looking good. Who else was nearly there? Doppstadt Shredder of the week. He could make it every week. Brazinho, yeah, Marcilio Browne, he's been looking on form as well, and he has literally got all the moves, and all the moves he hasn't got, he's been working on, and now he's got them. So I say the moves he's been working on, wave moves. So frontside 360, bashing them out. He was struggling, you know, the last couple of years, I don't say struggling, but he wasn't as consistent. Now, I've seen this week, he was just bashing out one after another, after another, after another. Goiters, looking a bit sketchy at one point. Maybe he's been, you know, having a look at Moritz and thinking, I can, you know, maybe do a few more wave moves. And sure enough, nailing the goiters now, and they were looking sick at the end of the other day. And jumps, obviously we need to say nothing about this guy. I mean, we should say he's incredible on starboard tack. He's actually apparently better than he is on port tack, but seeing it this week, how can he be better than this? He's just pumping out big doubles, super clean doubles, you know, like thinking, Christ, that's a decent double. And then stall doubles, like massive stall doubles, and this is on his bad tack apparently. He's got obviously the push loop tweak, massive back loops, like huge back loops. You know, looking super good. And then he started getting his head, he needs to do the push forward. I've seen him go up a few times, couldn't quite get round the, you know, couldn't quite get the position, and then boom, push forward. So Marcilio Browne, well, what can we say? He is definitely up there. If he keeps it together for the competition, he's definitely one for a podium place here in Pozo. Although there is kind of one man who stepped it up a bit more than Browne, I have to say. And just look at Browne after Ricardo. Yes, Ricardo Campello lands this double, and I think that says it all, how Ricardo Campello has been sailing this week. And he is, of course, the
Doppstadt Shredder of the week.
Yeah, he's the Doppstadt Shredder of the week. I mean, this guy could be the Big Balls Award every week. He could be the Doppstadt Shredder of the week, every day he goes out. And why do we like Ricardo? Why do we? I don't know. He's like one of the guys, I have to say, why I like watching him. Because you just don't know what the crazy mother's going to do. He just goes out and makes it up as he goes along. So I don't think he even knows. He just goes with the flow. Obviously, he invented the move the other day, the vault water. I mean, he just does it. And then when you're watching him sailing, he just steps up the jump into another level. Absolutely insanely massive stalled forwards, just huge. And then big one-footed back loops, like absolutely massive. He's so far up there when he takes that foot out. He's got the one hand, 1 foot back ease. So these are all his sort of safe-ish moves, I suppose you could say. And he's obviously got the double. We've seen that time and again. And then he steps it up with just some insane, massive, huge doubles off the scale, just absolutely off the scale, and just seems to know exactly where he is. Even when he's crashing, he seems to crash quite softly, although he does have a few hard stacks. Check out the goiter now, just absolutely piles into it, and he's had a few big bails, don't get me wrong. He's had the running man, absolutely just bicycle in the air, that's a classic. He's had quite a few bails, but he doesn't seem to hurt himself, just knows exactly where he is in the air, and he is going for it. I think he said to Swift the other day, I'm going for a triple. And he went for one. He didn't quite get the rotation, said he wasn't sure how high he is, he had to back out, so it ends up looking like a double, but you can tell when he takes off, the intent is triple. That's what he wants, and that is just the mentality of this sick mother. He's crazy. He's absolutely crazy. Push forwards, absolutely nailing them. He's just looking so good at the moment, and the guys actually were teasing him a bit, saying he needed his scuba gear for his wave 360s and he needs to go a bit higher. So obviously he goes out there and decides, I'm going to put a bit of a show on the wave and see what I can do. And he got some nice higher 360s, like loads of pop in them, push loop back on the wave, air tacker. I only caught the end of it, but like an air tacker coming in from the side. He has got the moves, trust me, and he is super fired up. Girlfriend's here, and I don't know if he's showing off, but he's looking pretty good. So Ricardo Campello is the Doppstadt Shredder of the week, and like I said, some of the best crashes and bails you'll ever see. Just so good to watch. Okay, so that is the Shredder of the week. I'm just looking around to see what else I want to talk about. I got so much. Okay, let's just go to it. Okay, so let's talk about Danny Brugge. Now, Danny Brugge, he's not a spring chicken. He's not in his 20s. He's up in his 30s. He's still a bit younger than me, so he's got a bit of way to go. 33, 34, I think 33. But he's been pushing, and he said to me himself, he's been sailing. He felt the best he's been sailing. They had a good winter in the Canaries, and he was feeling good. He's been bashing out the moves like his usual Danny Bruce style, one-handed backies, looking good. He's got his wave 360s just absolutely dialed. He's got his big forwards looking sweet, and it's always been the double. He's had a bit of a slow rotation, so he's been working on him. He thought he'd got the tip, and he made quite a nice one the other day. And you'll see, sort of claims it, yeah, nice one, Danny. And then you see Ricardo coming in from the side and stomps like a stalled one, even cleaner. And I think Danny Bruce got told about this, and I think he couldn't sleep at night. He's thinking, hang on, my rotation's a bit slower than the other boys. I think I just need to go higher. Maybe the stalled double is for me. And we were watching him sailing the other day, and it was like a few rocket airs sailing up and down. I kind of stopped filming. I was thinking, what's he doing? And then he launches into his first stalled double. Mate, I'll tell you what, I was pretty excited behind the camera. I just love to see somebody pushing their own limits. And I think, you know what he thought? He thought,
I've got big balls! Oh, I've got big balls! And they're such big balls! They're big balls!
yeah, that's what he thought. He thought, I got big balls, and he was going for it. So this was the little twig in his brain, and I think it unleashed a beast, I'm telling you, because Adam Lewis was sailing in. So he sailed in. Obviously, these two sailed together a lot in Tenerife. They spoke to each other, and Adam said, you know what, Danny? It looked really good, but you know what you need to go? You need to go higher. And he said to himself, higher? I had this conversation with him afterwards. Higher? You reckon I need to go? Right. And he was pumped up. He said the adrenaline was flowing, and he just flew out the back. Hit this ramp, just goes into orbit, and he's above the horizon. And he puts his hand back, so far back, it's almost on the other side of the boom. Sheets in. Hell yeah! What a huge stall double. I mean, that is proper high stall double. Doesn't quite make the landing, but I'm telling you now, he said he was pumped, adrenaline just flowing. He's been meaning to do it for a long time, and that was the kick. And yeah, he looked a different man after that. He said he was just flowing. He went out, he tried another one. So stalled double, big balls, Danny Bruce, he's back in the building. And I tell you what, he's looking good. Even took a 4-2 sail out the other day when everyone else on 3-7s, and he had a bit of a moment on his first run. I mean, he could hardly walk out the door, but first moment, crashed him, and then he got into it. Big staff, big 360s. He's the man of the moment. I filmed him coming in. I thought I'd better check out to see how big those balls are. Well, I don't know. I think he might have some padded pants on, because they do look pretty big. I'm just looking at your balls. I'm just looking at your balls.
Did you see that?
Fucking hell, dude. That was massive. So there we go, Danny Bruce, man of the week, big balls himself. I have to say, I was probably more happy than him. I don't know, I was buzzing, but he was definitely buzzing. Okay, what else? I'm going to have to look at my list. What have I got? We've got, well, we've got a few people missing from the episode, because I'm sure the time is flicking on. I'm going to have to put some in the next episode if I can fit it in. But little Antoine, he has turned up. He's been going off. He's been doing his thing, you know, just crazy doubles, push forwards, bails, rockets, just crashes all over the place. Every time you pick the camera up, he'll be flying past. He's in the water, swimming or something like that. And he is just going off. I'm probably going to do a bit more on him if I get a chance in the next one. We've got Dario. He's got new sponsors, so difficult to recognise on Severn Sails now, but I caught him doing a few moves. Obviously Adam Lewis, training partner Danny Bruce. Danny Bruce sort of stole the limelight, but Ad's been looking good. Big backies, getting back into his doubles. So Adam Lewis, I've been out there as well. I didn't want to even put much stuff on me, because every time I go out, I'm always going out in the rubbish after I've filmed everyone in the good conditions. But I had a few moves, starting to get my height back, get some altitude training, getting the 360s as well. So yeah, I would like to get out a bit earlier, but you know, duty calls. We had Alessio, obviously we talked about him before, but he's been still out there busting out the moves. Pablito, one of the young guys from Pozo, young rippers, he's definitely one to watch. He's been going nice and high. Loic, Le Savage, French youth, he's just turned up and he's been busting out tweak pushies, backies, been looking good. Had some good stacks as well though, Loic, and I definitely think he's one to watch for the future. future. Eliasar in the trials with Pons, he's been going massive. I mean, there's just so many people to mention. Obviously, there are a few new girls turned up. Obviously, Dida, not new, but she's been out there, maybe getting a bit of time off before the competition. And Steffi Val turned up, obviously always a candidate for the podium. Landed a nice backie when I was watching her. So Steffi Val. Yeah, there's just so many people and so much stuff going down. And I also have to say a big thank you to everyone who chipped in the beer money. I had a great response the last week. And we do have a new joint king at the top. Obviously, Johnny Peng right at the top with the top dollar, and he was joined up there by Carl McGinn. So Carl McGinn, joint top kings. So that was quite nice. And I have to say, Bernie Flessner chipped in some money, and there's a few other keen beans in there. So I have to say, big thank you, all these guys on the Hall of Fame, in the Beer Money Hall of Fame for 2015. Thank you very much. And actually, just before I filmed this, Ben Severn has just gone top. I tell you what, he's blown the opposition out the water. So Ben Severn is top. Well, I haven't put him on yet, but he is top of the list. So we're going to have to get, well, we're going to have to get some more footage of Philip Köster, but for some reason, I can't quite track him down. I don't know where he is, but rest assured, I have my top man on it. I have gone, send someone out, and we will find him. We will bring him here. So hopefully he will be in the next episode, but by all accounts, he is ripping. So yeah, that's it for part number 5. Hopefully we'll get part number 6. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fit it in because I have to train a little bit. It's not that easy coming with the World Cup coming up. But like I said, 3 days to go. Join us for part 6, hopefully in the next one, and I'll try and track down Philip Köster. Hello? You got him? Yeah. Well, obviously he's at Vargas. He lives there. What do you mean he's on the water? Well, of course he's on the water. He's training. He's not coming in. Look, look, whatever you do, Severn's just chipped in some money. Ratings are down. We need Philip Köster in this next episode. I'm getting emails all the time. Facebook going off. Where's Philip Köster? Where's Philip Köster? I need him. Whatever you have to do, just get him off the water. I don't want to hit. Just get him off the water. Bring him to me now.